The motoring tip of the week is brought to you by Walmart. For everyday low prices on Pennzoil, conventional, and synthetic oils.
For this week's motoring tip of the week, we're at the Canadian International AutoShow. One of my favorite things about all auto shows is the cutaway engines. Now, I get to see engines in my shop or my buddy's engine rebuilding shops that are torn down, but this one's actually cut away, so it's another extra perspective that I just never get to see, and it's really cool to look at a cutaway engine. Now, this is a big 90-degree 5-liter V8 out of a Mustang, similar engine used in the Ford pickup trucks, and you get a real good look at the internals. But what I really want to talk about is right over here on this 4-cylinder engine. The key to the high output of engines like this EcoBoost 2.3 engine is the turbocharger right here. It's driven by exhaust gases, and the exhaust gases turn the turbine inside this turbocharger at extremely high speed. And in turn, the other end of this impeller pressurizes the intake charge going into the engine. So it makes a small engine perform like a big engine. Now we can see an oil delivery line coming off the front cover of the engine going right to the center of the turbo, and that's what lubricates and cools the center journal of the turbo. Now, when you're cruising along at highway speed, this turbocharger impeller can turn in excess of 100,000 RPM on a turbocharged car. You pull in to get fuel or pull over to stop, that impeller is still spinning at really high speed. The engine itself can come right back to idle, but that can be turning at really, really high speeds. So you need to let a turbocharged engine idle for a minute after you pull over before you shut it off. And don't blip the throttle or spike the throttle. Some people have a bad habit of doing that. You definitely don't want to do that on a turbocharged engine. Just let it go to base idle for 1 minute, and then you shut it off, because you don't want to take away the lubrication and cooling that are going to that impeller at high RPM. That's what keeps it alive. That's your motoring tip of the week.